Um, Let me ask you, what do you suppose that needs to be different in your life that will let you know that it was a good thing that you came and talked to me today? That it was a good thing that you have done this.
Probably helping me realize that, you know, a lot of things that go on are just normal everyday life. You know, that I'm no different than anybody else. My experiences are all the same.
Okay.
Because sometimes I sometimes blow things out of proportion and think, oh, only those things happen to me. But when in fact, you know, they're just normal everyday occurrences.
Okay. Okay. So suppose you find that out. That what's happening to you and how you react to things are pretty normal. How is that going to be helpful? How would that be helpful for you?
It gives me peace of mind.
Okay.
Lets me know I'm not the only one out there pulling my hair out.
Okay. All right. And so you have a peace of mind, and you would say, "Oh, I'm like everybody else. I'm no different."
Well, in the things that happen to me, but
Right.
how I react to those things is what will make me unique.
Right. So you will react when you know this. You will react. Oh well, it's just one of those things that happens to people.
Right. Instead of getting frantic and
Right. Okay.
I'd be much more calm.
Calm about
Right.
your reaction to whatever.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Okay. So suppose you are calm. Let's see. Oh well. You know, one of those things in life, and be able to go on. I guess that's what you're talking about.
Right. Right.
Instead of being frantic, you just say, okay, well,
Right.
you know, take it with a grain of salt and just go on with your life.
Right.
What would that be like for you?
Be control. I'd have a lot of self-control.
Self-control.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's one thing I probably lack the most.
Okay.
I'd be easygoing. I wouldn't constantly be thinking all the time, and it would just be matter of fact, you know. I wouldn't be over-analyzing situations.
Okay.
I seem to be very analytical.
Okay. So what would you do instead of analyzing then, when you get that point?
I'd just, you know, throw it up to the wind and not worry about it.
Oh, well, that's life. That's
Right.
what you would say?
Right.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
And just be able to move on with your life then.
Right. And not think that it's going to be the end of the world, you know.
Okay.
Tomorrow's a new day.
Okay. Okay.
I sometimes look at a situation and study it too much and think that my whole world revolves around the decision that I make or how I react.
Okay.
When in essence it doesn't.
Really? Okay. All right. So suppose you're able to do that. Suppose you're able to do that. What would people around you notice different about Robin that will let them know, she's able to let things blow into the wind and let go on with her life. She's
They'd
able
probably say that I'm finally growing up.
Okay. Okay.
They'd say that I was more easygoing.
Easygoing.
Not stressed out. More fun to be around.
More fun to be around. Okay. Okay. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. So you live with this man you're married to?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What would he say?
What would he say?
What would he say he would notice different about you?
He'd say that nothing gets to me. He'd be surprised that nothing
He would be surprised. Okay.
nothing gets to me.
Okay. All right. So that's what he would say. Oh, nothing gets to Robin anymore. She's handling it.
She's handling it.
Okay.
Yeah. He'd be like, his next question would be something like, how long is it going to last?
Or I was thinking, what have you been drinking?
Yes, yeah.
Something like that.
What have you, well, usually he's always, well, what book have you read lately? You know,
okay.
what answers have you figured out now? You know?
Okay. Okay.
Because he knows I have a tendency sometimes to even try reading different books, trying different ideas of how to just handle life, you know, and he'll say, oh, so what are we trying this week?
So he will see you, what, setting aside those books?
If I tell him that I didn't get it from a book, yeah, he'd be like, she's putting the books, he'd be like, okay, what's really going on, you know?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So he finds you easygoing, fun to be around, sort of a say, you are in control. Well, tomorrow is another day. I'll just start over. When you are able to finally do that, he sees you doing this. What would be different about him? What would he do different?
I think he'd eventually be calmer.
He'll be calmer.
Yeah. He wouldn't have such a quick temper. And actually, in some instances, he might try harder to get at me, to get me going, you know, get me upset. But eventually, he would give up and just
And say, this is for real.
This is the real thing. She really has changed.
This time, this is for real.
Right.
Ah, right.
And, then he'd eventually. I'm a firm believer that, and it works. I know it works. But like if he comes home and he's angry and is using, you know, a harsh tone or a loud voice, if I just remain calm and speak softly, eventually he starts, you know, leveling out. So it eventually rubs off. So hopefully he would be the same.
Sounds like you tried that.
I do.
You do?
Yeah.
You do try that sometime on him. And it works?
And it works.
Okay. When was the most recent time you've been able to do that?
Sunday.
Sunday?
Yeah.
That was 3 days ago? Okay, tell me what happened. What did you do?
He was upset. I forget what he was upset about. He was saying that, you know, that I don't pick up the house, and we had company, and a mess had been made.
Sure.
And I didn't feel like cleaning it right then and there.
Okay.
Well, he wanted it cleaned right then and there, and he's like, you need to clean this right now. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to clean it right now. And he said, you know, you never clean house, you're always gone, blah, 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 blah. You know, he just went on, and I said, well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, I'm not going to do it. And I sat down. And he, like, looked at me, and he's like, she's not going to get up and clean it. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to get up and clean it. And actually, I'm going to go out for a little while. And he's like, oh. And eventually, I went upstairs and started getting ready. He was like, where are you going to go? And I said, well, I thought I'd go shop and do a little bit of shopping. Do you care if I go? Can I go with? You know, just, it's horrible. I sometimes feel like I'm playing a trick on him, but it works.
Is that different for you, what you have done on Sunday?
Yeah. It takes a lot of initiative on my part to do that. Most of the time I would have probably said, I'm not doing it, you know, and it would eventually got into a fight. But instead it's one of those, I sort of pick my battles, so to speak, you know, what I'm going to stand up and say, no, I'm not going to do, or what I am going to do, and not back down on it. And if I do that, then I pretty much have my own plan worked out, how I'm going to do it. You know, but if I don't know really one way or the other, that's when it usually gets out of control.
So when you pick your battle, that's when you are in control of things? You are in self-control?
I think so.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's like, if I know I want to do something,
Right.
I'm not going to let anything stand in my way. I won't turn a deaf ear. I'll listen if, you know, he has objections, or other people have objections, no matter what it is, not only in the marriage, but then I'll say, well, I've already made my decision. These are the reasons I made my decision. I'm going to do it. End of discussion, you know. And that's when I have real control.
Is that what you mean by picking your battle?
If it's something I really want to do and believe in,
And you're definite about
and I'm definite
this is the
about
right
it.
thing to do.
Right. No one's going to change my mind. I'm not going to let anybody get to me, and I'm not going to get upset by what anybody says. I'm going to do it.
Wow. So how did you know that on Sunday that's your battle?
Oh, that I really didn't know.
What told you that's the battle?
Well, I guess it was that I didn't want to fight. I didn't want to get into an argument about it. It was not worth it. So therefore, I just wasn't going to do it. No matter what he said, I wasn't going to let it bother me. Because I didn't want to...
And you knew that?
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah.
That you're not going to let him bother you, no matter what he said?
Right.
Wow.
But it's like...
How did you know that?
I don't know. That's a good question.
How did you decide that?
I don't know. I was tired, for one.
Okay.
Well, and plus it's a repeat pattern.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes...
So you've been through this before?
I've been through that before.
Okay.
You know.
So you knew it was coming?
I knew it was coming.
Okay.
By the comments he made, and I just thought, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to argue with him. I'm not going to get upset. I'll just, no. I'm just going to get out of here for a while.
Wow.
So.
Wow.
It takes, I don't know, almost guts on my part to do that.
Was it hard Sunday?
Yeah.
It was hard? For you to decide, this is it. I'm going to stick to my ground. This is my ground. I'm not going to move, and I'm not going to argue about it.
It wasn't hard to decide. It was hard to carry it through.
But you did.
Yeah.
How?
I guess it's the will inside of me.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you that kind of person that has this strong will?
Yes and no. Or it's one of those things, sometimes I'm really strong-willed and other times I'm not. It sort of depends
Okay.
how I'm feeling at that particular moment.
Right.
One thing that I really dislike about myself is I let my emotions take too much control.
Right. But you didn't Sunday.
No, I didn't.
How were you able to do that Sunday?
It must have been self-control I finally used.
Yes, you were. You definitely were.
I don't know. It wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth the argument. It wasn't worth the effort to even...
That's all it took? Just for you to decide this is not worth it? That's all it took?
Yeah.
And it sounds like he got the message very quickly. Right? Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's like, ooh.
Yeah.
She's really not listening to me.
Yeah, and she made up her mind.
Yeah.
Now, you were able to do that with him? You were able to do that with, I imagine you do, I mean, you're able to do that with your baby sometimes?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
But I don't have to do that as much as far as
Of course
drawing
not.
lines.
Of course not.
Yeah.
I mean, 19-month-old baby, it's not going to be, it's not the same as a husband.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So who do you do that with?
I'm learning to do it with my sister.
Your sister?
My sister can get to me just about as much as my husband can.
Okay.
In other words, it's like they know the right buttons to
Of course they do.
to
Of
press.
course they all do. People close to us, they all know that.
But she's younger than I am.
Yeah.
But she's always thought of herself as more intelligent, more knowing, more, not better, but everybody, if we're together, everybody thinks she's the oldest. She looks
Really?
older, acts older, dresses older,
okay.
you know, that sort of thing.
Okay.
And she has a tendency to just hit the right buttons, and for the most part, I'll lash back at her basically like a child when we were children, and we would fight it out verbally. Well, there's no point in that. It serves no purpose, and all we end up doing is hurting one another. So I just say, well, I'm not going to talk about that. There's no need to talk about that. And then she eventually drops it, and we just go on.
So she's learning to come your way. So you can do that with your sister. Sounds like you figured it out, how to do that with your sister. You figured it out with your husband. Okay. Who else do you do this with?
Basically anybody that gets on my nerves.
Really?
I try, you know, because I don't have to do it with my parents. My parents
don't?
No.
Oh, okay.
My parents don't, they don't bug me, I guess you could say.
Okay.
I don't get annoyed with them.
Okay.
I don't get upset with them.
Okay.
But those people that know how to get to me, I have to learn myself how to not let them get to me.
Right.
And that's I guess that's the technique I just sort of am trying to learn, and it's so hard to follow through with.
It is.
Because that's where my emotions come in.
Right, but how is it that with your sister and with your husband, like Sunday, how is it that you do not allow your emotion to come through?
I guess it's because I had control of my emotions to begin with. Because, here's an example. I can be frustrated or upset over something that happened during the day, and my sister will call, and instead of telling her, you know, I'm not going to talk about that right now, I'll get real defensive because I've already been upset because of everything else that's happened during the day. In other words, things build, but like on Sunday, it was like I was mellow, and I wasn't going to let anything else get to me. So
when you are mellow,
I can use it a lot.
you can
easier.
use it. Okay, that's what you mean. Okay. So when you are tired out, when you've been through a lot,
Right.
that's when you're likely to become more emotional.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it. Now, are there times when you have been under emotional stress and still be able to say no and be in control of your emotions?
Not yet. A couple times I've come close. But not really. Not yet.
Okay.
I usually then go to the tears, or, you know, I'm real good at slamming things.
Okay.
To let my frustration out.
Okay. Is that what you mean by being emotional?
Yeah. Yeah.
So when you get frustrated. Right.
Mhm.
Right. So let me come back to this. If I talk to your husband, I know he's not here, but if I were to talk to your husband about Sunday, and Sundays like Sunday, events like Sunday, where would he say he thinks you're at on a scale of 1 to 10? Let's say 10 means he feels that you are there in terms of handling your emotions, and you don't slam doors, and you don't break into tears, and you're able to handle things, and say, oh, well, that's just the way it is, and just go on. That's 10. He's very confident that he believes you can do that. 1 is he saw you at the worst period in your life. Where would he say you're at between 1 and 10?
4 or 5.
4 or 5. He would say that. Where would you say you're at?
I would say a 6.
6.
Yeah.
6. Wow. So how does it come all the way up to 6?
It's really funny. My husband says I'm in a cycle.
Okay.
He thinks that I have severe PMS. And that's what he relates everything to, because he basically can see the cycle that I go through. And but taking that out of consideration, I am pretty even. And that's why I think it's a 6, where he thinks I shouldn't have any PMS, I shouldn't have any I shouldn't have any of those symptoms. In other words, and during that time, I think he does it deliberately. I mean, we've argued this point several times. I think he agitates me more, and it bothers me more. And then, and it wouldn't be so bad if he didn't agitate me. But it's like, I blame it on him, and that's why I say I'm at a 6, where he thinks he does absolutely nothing different all month long, but yet at times I think he gets worse.
Okay. So you have different ideas about that between the two of you. Of course, you're right. Of course, we know that.
Right.
Yeah, we know that, don't we? Yeah. So what would he say you'll be like when he thinks you have moved up from 4 to maybe about up to 6? He sort of tends to agree with you.
He would say that I wouldn't throw any fits. There would be no more slamming.
Okay.
No more yelling.
Okay.
And then he would say I'd move to a 6.
So even when you have disagreements, you will not slam the door, that kind of stuff. Is that what's he talking about?
Well, sometimes when I get mad at him over something he did, I don't know, I slam cabinet doors. He doesn't like the way I slam the cabinet doors. You know, if I would just calmly close the doors, then he would think, she's got control again.
Okay.
But I do it more just to get at him than.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Because I know it bothers him.
Oh.
Let's.
So sometimes you are in control when you decide to do that
Yes.
to get him
Yes.
get him upset.
Sometimes, yeah. I am in control when I...
In control when you decide to do that.
And it's more getting at him than
And he
it
doesn't
is-
know that. He doesn't know that you're doing
well,
it?
I don't think he does. I think he thinks it's me.
Okay. Okay. So he and you have a very different ideas about your temper. Okay. You know, it sounds like you're in a lot more control than he thinks you are. Is it?
I would say yeah.
You say yes.
Because it's one of those, it's so hard, I think, in any relationship, but basically between a man and a woman, because they think so differently.
Right.
That I don't know what he's thinking, but I'm trying to think what he thinks and react, you know.
Okay.
So.
Okay. All right.
I usually know what buttons to push.
So, are you able to then, if you decide, when you decide this is what I'm going to do, are you able to, even during your cycle, be calm about it without slamming the door?
Yes.
You are able to do that?
Yes.
Ah.
Yes.
Even during your cycle? Huh. And he doesn't know about that?
No. He doesn't believe it.
He doesn't believe that?
Yeah.
Okay.
But a lot of times he doesn't even know.
Right.
So.
Okay. So let me come back to this then. When you have more, when you believe you are normal and you're calmer and with peace of mind, what will you do about that between you and him? What will you do different?
Well, when I am calm, let's say we have an argument and I'm not calm and I don't try to get him calm and we end up having a fight or a disagreement, and I use those words so loosely. It's not like, you know, it's just like anybody else. We will have a discussion. I'll say, you know, well, Ed, look at it from my point of view. You know, you're just not getting it. You're just not hearing me. You're just not understanding what I'm trying to say. And he's like, well, you know, if you wouldn't do this, this, and this, then I wouldn't do this, this, and this. And we tried to compromise, you know, for the next time, you know, that things might or might not get out of hand. We do try to have that time where we're both on common ground, so to speak, and analyze what had happened.
So how much percent of the time would you say you are in common grounds, the two of you? Overall, if you look at your life overall.
80%.
80%?
Yeah.
I would say that's pretty damn good. Don't you?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are we only talking about then 20%?
Yeah.
Of the time when you disagree, when you see things differently, he thinks it's your emotions. Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you don't think it is all your emotions. That he thinks very differently. He sees things very differently than you do.
Right. Well, a lot of times, one flaw that I do have that causes there to be a confrontation is I will let things build up.
Okay. Right.
And then when they've built up to the point that I can't handle them anymore, then I let them have it with both barrels.
Okay.
And sometimes, if I would take like the incident on Sunday and just handle it there and let it go, most of the time I don't. I'll get upset and say, well, you know, I'm not going to do it. End of discussion. Leave me alone. And I would harbor that. You know, in other words, he talks to me harshly, I talk to him back harshly, but then I remember that, and then, you know, this
next
happens.
time, you bring it up.
And then I bring everything up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if I would just, it's sort of like if I would handle the situation right there and
just drop it.
Drop it. then it would be okay.
Okay. Okay. That's what you mean by saying tomorrow is another day. Just drop it and just go on.
Right. Right.
Got it. Got it. Okay. Great. Well, I think I have enough information. This is the time that I would like to take some time.
Okay.
Think about our conversation here.
Okay.
I want to think about all this.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
And we'll get together, maybe about 5 minutes.
Okay.
All right?
Sounds good.
So